Hmm. We're going to swing our legs around and just sit for a moment. So we're going to do a little bit of shin, calf, hamstring release. We're also going to release the hips. So does anyone want a squash ball that does not have one? Yes. I'm going to try my, thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. Okay. So you're just going to have that beside you. Legs are going to be straight. Now, some of you might find, I like to sit up a little bit more on the block. Some of you might go, oh, I feel like I could release my pelvic floor a little bit. First, if you do have your inflated ball and you want to sit up on top of it, little pelvic floor release. So this is optional. Hey, if you don't want to go up onto the slow mo ball and release the pelvic floor, you can go right into bringing the soles of the feet together. Okay, but if you do feel, yes, there you go. So you can be here, you can drop your feet onto the floor. Yeah, let's just stay here first for a bit. Yeah. What's that? I know. It's interesting because it is one thing you say whenever we go up on it. You're like, I hope my ball doesn't pop. I know, please don't pop. Okay, so now see, because we're going to go into the hamstring a little bit, I want you to feel because your hamstring connects onto your sit bones. So you can roll the slow-mo ball through into the hamstring. Yes, and that might soften it. So it might be the upper part of the attachment. I don't know if it's in the belly of the hamstring you feel it or if it's more up to the sit bone. Yeah, so that would be instead of muscle, you're getting into the connective tissue more because the muscle turns into a tendon, which is part of the fascial system. And then the tendon attaches onto your sit bone. So sometimes it might be, right? The tendon is gets really held. Or sometimes we can find a little muscle adhesion or fascial adhesion in the middle of the belly, which is pulling mhm, on the sit bone. Yeah. hmm I would, let's see what's coming in for you. For you, I'm getting messages that less is more on your side, that when you stretch it too much, you aggravate it, that it would be better for you to find where it's holding and gently massage it out rather than stretch it. Because if you keep stretching it and this is tight, you're just gonna, the stretch is gonna create strain and you're gonna feel more in the attachment points, which for you, I'm getting is sit bone area, right? So if you release it where it's gripping, then it can lengthen out. And then this pull where you're feeling it can soften. Yeah. Yeah. Behind the knee. Is that where you feel it? Yeah. It's similar kind of thing. Do you feel anything in the belly though, the hamstring? No, yours is more closer. Yeah, it comes down and it separates and goes behind the condyle of the knee. It's around the knee. It's on either side of the knee. Yeah, yeah. I'll look at it again to make sure. Yeah, we should look at it together because I'm like not feeling your inner thigh, adductor, those adductors. Yeah. So as you kind of rolling, remember when you start to bring your feet together, or you're like, I want to go into wide angle. So great. This is going to be inner, right? This is also going to be inner. So the closer you bring your feet together, sorry, not together, towards the pelvis, you're going to get inner thigh. The farther you bring your feet away, the more you're going to get outer hip. So you want to roll all the way forward until your buttocks comes all the way onto the floor. Keep coming, Donna. Keep coming. Yeah, all the way down. Yeah. Are you on the floor? Perfect. You've landed. because before you land, you feel really like, woo, she wants me to bring my feet together. What? Right? But once you have your feet together, we've kind of always talked about, and I always, whenever I do this one, I think of you, Megan, advocating for this. Yeah. Have how it just lifts your pelvis and brings you in a little bit more. Okay, so just see if you anchor your right hip and your left hand comes down to the floor beside your hip, so your fingers are pointing away, and you keep the right side anchored and you lift up left, or sorry, right. Yeah, you're right. I know you looked at me. I'm sorry. My brain is like, it's been a really long week. I apologize. So as you reach through, try to keep your right hip reaching down. Yeah, good. Can you feel the release through the QL? Okay. And then you're going to come forward. Okay, so bring your pelvis with you. Your pelvises have to tilt forward. And then you're going to switch. So right hand will come down, left arm will sweep over and across. Yeah. So if you need to, extend that foot. Yeah. Reach it, press it. And where do you feel the crown? Yeah. So you sometimes what I'll do is even like grab it and just press it for a moment. Yeah. Yeah. So keep that leg extended for a little bit. And then you're just going to flow back and forth. Mhm. Option here, which is always quite nice. If you're feeling a little strain of holding the legs, remember you can always slide a bolster underneath the legs and let the leg support. It might be, yeah. But you may also be having a hot flash. Yeah, the fan, we don't have the fan on, but it's a little muggy today. Hmm. We're not used to that muggy nature. Okay, so yeah, so as you kind of finish your side stretches, just come down. Okay, so remember the pelvis needs to tilt forward and then the spine follows. So hands can be on the legs. I'm just going to come out and demonstrate without the bolster. Okay, so hands can be on the feet. We have altered this before. So if you've kept your feet close, you can just keep your hands on the floor or on your feet. If you've walked your feet away, so I've gone more into my outer hips and I've created a diamond shape, which is more outer hip, Kurmasana. Then you can feel yourself kind of coming down. Your back body's your shell. So you're turtling in. This is tortoise, kurma. Other option, which is kind of fun, is you might turn your palms up, little external rotation, widening, and then some of us can feel that we can walk the arms underneath. It does, you feel it better? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for some of us, it works a little bit better. Some of us were like, no, don't like it. Okay. So you're going to know right away when you go into it if your body goes, yay, I like it, or if I don't, yeah, come out at any time. Yeah. Okay. So come up, lengthen it out. There's my ball. Okay, so we're gonna now release shins. Okay, so you can use the ball there still. We've got some squash balls here, but you can use your pink ball. You can bring the leg up to you. You can roll, okay, through top of the foot, ankle, shin. So on either side of the shin bone. Okay, you can go through above your malleolus, which is your ankle bone, all in through here. You might feel, I want to put the little ball or the two bigger balls behind on the Achilles tendon. Okay, and you can also go across fiber. You can go a little bit up and down. Yeah. So cross fiber you can't do on that one. You have to have a single ball. Mhm. Yeah. So some of us might feel certain spots. So I've got the squash ball underneath me. If you're going to go from side to side, you can't use that ball. Yeah. So we might. My lower leg, my hamstrings, they're like, woo. My calves and my Achilles, they're always the tighter part. Sometimes if we have holding in our hamstrings, it might be coming from the lower leg as well. So we're going to investigate that a little bit. Okay, so you can roll up and down. You can be the ball on the outside. So I've just got a little ball, but you're more than welcome to use a bigger one. And I'm just loading it a little bit with my hand. So I'm putting a tiny bit more pressure. And what I'm doing is I'm rolling up and down the outside of my shin. So I've got it. And then I'm using that and I'm going up and down, up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So sometimes we're like, whoo, and see how your ankle, and mine does that too. It wants to curl in. So just reach a little bit through the ankle. You can flex it a tiny bit. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Huh. Okay, if you need to get inner, then you're just going to fold in and do the same thing on the inside. Hey, you can use your bolster. It's there for you. Yeah. 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 Oh, lift the shin. Yeah. So it's like you're doing this and you're doing like that. Can you do it on the block? I just want to see what it is that you do. Do it on the side that you know how to do it, and then go back to the side that you're not too sure. Because I think I know which one you're talking about. But what it is I think it's this move is what you're talking about. Is it that? Yeah. So you kept your foot. Yeah. Yeah. And you can grab your slimmer ball if you need it. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do that a couple times just to see. So that's glute med. Yeah. I'm just noticing what it's. Yeah. It was harder. Yeah. So feel free to go into the hamstring if you want. So you can go into, kind of got black on black, but the ball, you can go across. So because the hamstrings are really long, if you do cross fibering, which is across it, it's going to help to release it a little bit more. Yeah, so you can flip the ball. So if you have the two balls, you're going to turn it vertically. Mhm. Yeah, so like this. Exactly. So instead of having it this way, you're going to turn it vertically so that you can flow it from left to right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, there it is right there, right? And it's in that certain spot. So when you release that, it should start to release the pull. One thing with kind of muscles and fascia, sometimes we think, oh, I need to stretch it, lengthen and lengthen, lengthen. But if we're feeling a certain spot that we're like pinpointing, it's very, very specific. A lot of the time, it's actually releasing the fascia around. So one muscle has fascia around it. And so each muscle has fascia around it. And then it's bundled, all of those muscles that have fascia around it are bundled together in a bundle of fascia, in another bundle of fascia. Okay. Which creates the tendon or the ligament. So you have three tubes of wrapping around the muscles. And so it's, if you think of that, okay, well, if I've got a holding, can I release that so that it releases the pull? Because sometimes where you feel it is not where it's coming from. And I say that a few times, right? So sometimes you'll go, oh, I have a pain here. And then we'll be like, well, let's investigate what's around it or across from it or below it or above it. Is there something there that's pulling? There's something right there. Yeah. And like I'll notice too when I'll go into inner thigh and I'll be like, oh, I've got a little pulling here. And I feel it I'm pulling on my pubic bone. But it's here that I need to release. But the pull is on my pubic bone. Yeah. And when you do the pelvic floor release, does that help? Okay. On it. Yeah. Yeah. Pelvic floor also communicates with the side of the hip. Yeah. Pelvic floor also communicates with your feet through the whole leg, through your transverse to your tongue. So you might wonder too, like if you stick out your tongue. A lot of the time, I don't know if you notice, but like one of my teachers, she always says to me, relax your tongue, but then go back and relax the root of your tongue towards the back of your throat. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a lot of tension there. And so sometimes I'll do what is called, it's called Simhasana, which is a lion's breath or a Nagavayu. And you inhale, you widen your throat, and then you exhale and you try to expel your tongue as far as you can. Uh-huh. And then you slowly bring it back in. I know you always have drool on the bottom of the lip. Yeah. Yeah. But that sometimes, yeah, and sometimes we don't let the tongue fully let go. And the tongue is connected to the pelvic floor. The jaw is connected to the pelvic floor. So if there's tension here, maybe even jaw release too, right? It's Mhm. Yeah. It also can be hamstring, like lower body pulling down on the pelvis as well. So there's a couple different things. Yeah. Okay, if you've done one side, notice. If you haven't switched, you should probably switch. Oh my God, it's 10 after 10. It's the first time I've looked at the clock. My intuition was like, you should look at the clock, Michelle. Huh. And so back of the calf, you go up and down. You can go side to side. You can go outside. And always sometimes the lower leg and the upper leg call out. You might even feel as you're going through the leg, maybe it's iliotibial band, right? So iliotibial band, side, tensor fascia latte. Doesn't it? I know. I'll have a tensor fascia latte, please. It does sound like a very exotic cocktail or something, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah. So remember, you can always switch the two balls if you're using them. If you're going cross fibering, you want to have the balls so that they're vertical. If you're going up and down, you want to turn the balls so that they're horizontal. Ah, you hit a spot, you're finding something. Yeah. Okay, with the two balls too, and this is one I really love to do, but for some of us, it's a little bit too much. You find your shin bone and you put the middle of the shin bone in between the two balls, and then you can roll through the shin. I like coming down through the ankle. So you're just gonna have to like move the ball down. But for me, I love releasing the top of the ankle too. So just notice if another part of your body, chest, hips, is calling to you. Yes, there it is. Mhm. Yeah. Good. There you go. Nice. Something, Mom, where are you on your calf, on your outer? Yeah. Okay. Just feeling like something was there. I thought you were in the lower leg, but you're in the upper leg. Okay. But something where you are now is like a place where you can softly kind of release that. And you'll know at any point you can lie down and just feel your body. Is it feeling better now that it changed a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, to help release. I'm getting jaw too, a little bit of jaw. Yeah, right? Yeah. So coming down, when you come down to the floor, and some of us are still ball rolling, but once you do come down,